Okay, welcome back. In this part of the domain now, we have our domain server ready, up and ready. So we install the Windows Server, we set up the domain, everything is up and ready. We have the domain configured, and we have an actual operator functioning domain controller. Now, in the next stage, I have to do two things. I have to take care of two parts. Part number one is the users. I have to manage my users, and then I have to manage my computers. Good? Because remember, we said the domain contain a lot of objects. Those objects could be users, those objects could be computers or equipment. So now we'll talk about the users. In our imaginary company, we have these employees working. We have Mark, Lean, Rima, and Dina. Those are the guys who are working in my team. Those are my employees. And then we have Hassan and Muhammad. These two guys are the IT administrators. So Hassan and Muhammad will become an employees. They are the IT administrator in the company. And we have these four guys are normal users. So we'll talk about how to create their accounts and how to do their accounts. To do their accounts, it's very simple, and you guys done this before. We'll go quickly into the Active Directory. We'll go under Tool. We'll go under Users and Computers. Good. We will go to the Users OU under the My Domain. Good. And I'll go to the User OU. I will create those users here. So I'll create a new user. This user, I'm going to call it Mark. I think I already had Mark created, so I'm going to call Marco. Sorry for that, guys. Good. Last name, Marco Zubiani, whatever. Good. What's the login name? What's the name that he's going to use to login? And again, remember, different companies have different way of giving username. Here at CNAQ, we use your student number as your login name. We don't use names. We don't say Marco O or M Jubilani or Marco Jubilani or Marco 1, Marco 2. No, it's up to you. How is your organization following the naming convention? Remember, we have naming convention for the server, naming convention for the computers, naming convention for the user, everything. So in our company, because we are very, very small company, will spoil people. We call them Marco. Marco. Oh, forget his name here is not Marco. I have to fix his name. So Marco, here is his domain number. I click next. He will ask me what is the password for Marco. Again, I will use the password as password 1. And again here, password 1. Now in our example, we will remove ask user or user must change the password on the login. The reason I'm moving it because, as I said, we need to keep all the passwords as password 1. If I force him to change it, he have to change it when we log in, not he, there is no he. When I'm going to use his account to log in to test, it will force me to change it. Now I will have some stuff password 1, some stuff password 2, and then I will forget them, and it will be disaster for us. So that's why I will not put it. In the real life, you have to put it. It's a huge security risk. You have to keep it. So we'll just remove it here, just because, again, this is a training server. So I created Marco. Finish. So I'll go down here. Marco is here. Good. He's here. So it's the same thing applies for all the users. I'll create the same users again and again for all of them. I can right click on it. I can go to properties now. Here I have more options to do. I have description. So here I can write in the description things like job number 600999999. Good. Which office he is working on. Good. 10.113. Good. What is his telephone number? Telephone number 4444. What is his email address? What is his website? I have his address here, like the full address for his country, region, all this stuff. I have his telephone numbers. What is his home number? What's pager? What mobile? What fax? What not? All this stuff, if I enter them, they can be shown in other locations, for example, like in Outlook. In Outlook, when we look at somebody's email address, we can see his details. This is where the details come from Active Directory. There is too many options here, but there is 2 points I want to talk about. Point number 1 is the organization. This is where you can say who is his manager. So what's the job title of Marco? Marco is in the finance leader. He worked with which department? Finance department. Good. Which company? Of course, it's one company. It's a very small company. What is his manager name? I can choose somebody else from the network that is his manager. So this will help me knows who report to who, and that will help the application developer a lot. That's one part. The other part that is very, very important as well is member of. This is where I add him to groups. And as you know from our theory explanation lessons before, that groups is the one that we use to give permissions. So user can be in multiple groups, in many groups. So we have a group for administrator, group for the finance team, group for student, group for female student, group for male student, all these kind of stuff. And based on these groups, we can give permission. So I'll give you not a computer example, but it's still the data is still getting from Active Directory. Here in campus, we have an IT building, we have room where only IT student can go, whether they are male or female student, while the other room, only female IT student can go to. And we can do that because we have groups called female IT student, male IT student. So when Muhammad joined the IT school, we put him in the male students folder. When Sarah came, we put her in the female student. Now we give the permission to that room to the female student. Now Sarah have permission. Same thing apply for computer. So here is member of, I use it to join the groups so I can get permissions, and I have the general and the details. So this is how I can create the account for Marco. Good. And then I create the account for the rest four. Now we have a small note about the Hassan and Muhammad, these two administrator guys. So creating the account for administrators is a little bit tricky, and it's follow up a different procedure. Personally, I like one concept, and I think most big organizations follow that concept. Instead of creating one account for Hassan and give him all the admin right to that account, we will create him two accounts. We will create him Hassan, the normal account, like everybody else in the company. Hassan is an employee who need to send an email, receive an email, do anything. So we create him a normal account like anybody else in the company, and we will create him an administrator account, a powerful account. Good. We call him admin Hassan, and I'm going to put a dash between the two. Let me just clear a couple of spaces so it will go in one line. So that means I'm going to create for Hassan, I'm going to create him two accounts. Somebody will tell me, why are you creating two accounts? It's very simple option. If Hassan tomorrow decided to leave IT department and go to finance department, and I had everything under Hassan name, then it would be too much work and too much risk to go and remove all the permissions that Hassan had. While as an administrator, because he was administrator, he was the guy who ran my servers, he was the guy who ran my computers. But when I create him two accounts, Hassan account, it's just like Mark and Lean and Rima. He is a normal account. He have access to his email, he have access to the printer in the office, he have access to calendar, normal guy. Then I have admin Hassan, it's another account, it's separate account, separate username and password that will allow him access to the servers and do this crazy stuff. That's number one. So when Hassan leave the department, I disable this account. Done. Hassan have no access anymore. The other option is, if Hassan using his laptop, using Hassan account, and he forget his laptop on in a meeting room or something, and somebody sit on the laptop and open the laptop, he have no access to any of the servers, because all this stuff you have to have the username and password for the admin Hassan. Good. So that way it's a little bit more secure. There is a lot of discussion about it, but many companies do two accounts, and they give them the account name will be a little bit different. We'll show you how. So I'll go back to my Active Directory here. I'll go create the first account. Good. Here is my first account. So this is account is Hassan, last name is Ode, and the username will be Hassan. And this is the account that I'm giving to Hassan as a normal Hassan, as Hassan the employee, nothing else. And here is the password. Done. And Hassan now, he is under properties, he is member of what? Domain user. He's just a normal domain user. Good. Now I'm going to create the other domain, and that one, the other account, sorry, and I'm going to call him admin Hassan Ode. And the username, of course, I have to give him another username. So usually we call it a-Hassan, admin-Hassan. Good. And for that one, I'm going to give him another password. So password 5, whatever the password. In my case, I'll keep password 1, so I don't forget them. Good. But we'll give him another password. Now Hassan have two accounts, Hassan and admin Hassan. Now, how do I make admin Hassan administrator? I right click on it, go to properties, go to member of. I don't want him the domain user, I want him the domain admins. I click add. I says domain admins. I click admins, domain admins, not administrator, domain admins. And then I'll set that domain admin as a primary group, and then I delete the user. So now this is the admin Hassan, and this is Hassan. So Hassan is member of domain user, so he's just a normal user employee, the poor guy who can do the basic stuff. Admin Hassan, he is administrator on the servers. So now Hassan have these two username and two password. If Hassan want to modify something on the server, he will use a-Hassan. If he want to back up a server, a-Hassan. Upgrade the server, create an account, delete an account, all these crazy administration stuff, he uses a-account. If he want to use the basic stuff for himself, he will use Hassan, sending email, meeting invite, calendar, basic stuff. Good. So this is the difference between the administrator and the normal user. I can make them in one account, but that will give me very high risk. So same thing for Muhammad. So Muhammad will get himself what? Two account. Muhammad, the normal account, and then admin Muhammad. So now Muhammad has two accounts, one for his administrative job, one for his normal day-to-day job. Hassan is the same thing. It's better for security, it's better for work, it's better if the guy moved to another department. It has a lot of features. So that's the way we create them. Those guys are domain users. Those guys are the normal account is a domain user. The admin account is a domain administrator. Okay, so this is how we create the users. In the next video, we're going to talk about how we do the computers and how we join the computers to the domain.